And now the reason that we say open your mouth halfway is what we're doing is we're stabilizing the temporalis muscle. If someone clenches or someone talks with the needle through the temporalis muscle, that muscle moves and it can cause more trauma to the area. So by doing that, using that technique, it stabilizes the muscle. You get the needle right through it, you deliver the filler, take it out. It's just a less traumatic way of delivering filler when you're using a needle. My preference in general is to use cannulas, but that's one exception, one area where we will use a needle instead. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. If you can open about halfway. Good, and don't talk for just a minute. Stick. When I first learned how to do fillers about 12 years ago, I would go to conferences or sessions, group injector sessions, and I would, we'd always talk to your colleagues about what they do, what they're using, and I'll never forget one session I went to, and there were two doctors there, and one told me, you can close now, one told me that he never used Sculptra in the temple because you can get nodules, and another doctor said he only used Sculptra in the temple because he didn't get nodules. And I was like, this is weird. And the truth is, they were both right. If you do, those days, if you did Sculptra in the subcutaneous space, if you ended up with a nodule, it'd be visible. But if you did Sculptra deep under the fascia, you would never see it. So again, one of the reasons that we use different techniques in different areas. Now, just from doing that, we've really made some nice improvement in the temple, but there's still volume loss up here over the eye. So now I'm going to switch to a cannula technique for that. So we've done deep structural in the temple, and now we're following it up with more superficial. And I've switched over to velour because I want something smoother that I'm going to be able to compress. The one thing I will always tell people is that whenever we treat in the temple, because of the veins up here, sometimes the veins will look more noticeable, not because we've done anything to the veins, but simply because of the filler. The veins become engorged with blood temporarily, for a day or two or three, and then it settles down. And again, I'm using a micro cannula, and my goal here is to just get volume right into this subcutaneous anatomic space to restore volume, soften this area, and also get a little bit of elevation of the brow. Doing great. Good. It's so neat, because right in front of your eyes, you see this, people looking younger, and it's definitely an immediate gratification process in many ways.